Hello, my dear students. Welcome back to SSP College YouTube channel. This is your lecturer in Department of Economics. My name is Sachin Kumar. Today we are in the part 5th of the second chapter. Second chapter is collection and organization of data. Today we are going to study about Census of India, NSSO, CSO, CMIE. First one, let us study about Census of India. I know that you are all familiar with the Census of India. In Kannada, we can call it as Janaganati. What is Census of India? The Census of India is the largest single source of statistical data which provides information on different characteristics of people of India. ಅಂದರೆ ಭಾರತದಲ್ಲಿ ವಾಸಿಸುತ್ತಿರುವಂತಹ ಜನಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾಹಿತಿಯನ್ನು ಈ ಜನಗಣತಿ ಭಾರತದ ಜನಗಣತಿ ಕೊಡುತ್ತದೆ. ಅಂಡ್ ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಲಿ 10 ವರ್ಷಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದ್ಸಲ ನಾವು ಈ ಜನಗಣತಿಯನ್ನು ನಾವು ಭಾರತದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಟೂಲ್ಸ್ ಟು ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ದ demographic features of India, which studies about total population, sex ratio, density of population, literacy rate, rural urban distribution of population, etc. It is saying that Census of India is giving huge information about these topics. First one is total population, sex ratio, density of population, literacy rate, rural urban distribution of population. ಭಾರತದಲ್ಲಿ ಮೊದಲನೇ ಬಾರಿಗೆ ಜನಗಣತಿಯನ್ನು ಆಯೋಜಿಸಿದ್ದು 1881ರಲ್ಲಿ. ಇಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ 1881 British government has conducted a first census because they wanted to know about the population size and the growth of population. So they conducted first census in India in the year 1881. After independence, the first census was conducted in the year 1951. This year is very important, this one and this one. Please note this, my dear students. In class points, keep on pointing what I wrote here, my points. Was conducted in the 1951. It means after independence we conducted in 1951. It is officially conducted by India. Before independence it was conducted by 1881. It was conducted by British, who was ruling at that time. It has just finished 7th census in 2011, and we finished only 7th census in 2011, and previous census was conducted in the year 2011. The present commissioner of Census of India is Vivek Joshi. Yes, the present commissioner of Census of India is Vivek Joshi, but in your textbook they have given as Chandramouli. It was X. He is not present. Please change this. And more I want to say about Census of India is, we all know that who will collect the data under Census of India. Normally primary school teachers. Primary teachers will collect the information. From whom the data is collected, from whom the information or statistical data is collected. Statistical data is collected from the people of country who are living in India, who are residing in India. From each and every people, every population, the information is collected. And for 2 marks, this much information is enough. More information is now not needed. In the future class, if needed, I will tell detailed information about Census of India. This is about Census of India. Moving forward, NSSO. It means National Sample Survey Organization. Please note this main heading. ಯಾವತ್ತು 1 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಕೇಳುವಂಥದ್ದೇನೆಂದರೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪಾಂಡ್ NSSO. ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನವರಿಗೆ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಕೊಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ಓದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಸ್ಯಾಂಪಲ್ ಸರ್ವೆ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ ಬಂದು ಯಾವ್ಯಾವುದೋ ಸೆಂಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಟೇಕ್ ನೋಟ್. NSSO means National Sample Survey Organization. ನೀವು ಇಷ್ಟು ಬರೆದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ಗೆ 1 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದ ಹಾಗೆ. ಸೊ NSSO andre enu? What it does? It is now called National Sample Survey Office. Okay, first point is ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಇತ್ತು ಅದನ್ನ ಇವಾಗ ಆಫೀಸ್ ಅಂತ ಬದಲಾಯಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ನನ್ನ ನೇಮ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಟು ಆಫೀಸ್. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅನ್ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ ಅಂಡರ್ ದ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ಆಫ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಟಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ. ನಿಮಗಿದು ಗೊತ್ತಿರಲೇಬೇಕಾದದ್ದು. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅನ್ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್. ಇದು ಯಾವುದರ ಅಂಡರಲ್ಲಿ, ಯಾವ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ಅಂಡರಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ಆಫ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಟಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ. And it is largest organization in India conducting regular socio-economic surveys. Please note this, NSSO, you keep on studying about NSSO under economics because it will provide enormous data in various fields which are important for development. So it will give data. So at that time you should be very familiar with the NSSO. It provides the data regarding socio-economic surveys. ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳೋದಾದ್ರೆ NSSO ಸಾಮಾಜಿಕ ಆರ್ಥಿಕ ಅದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ಮಾಹಿತಿಯನ್ನು ನೀಡುತ್ತದೆ. And it was established in 1950. Please note this, it was established in 1950. 1950 ಇದು ಸ್ಥಾಪನೆ ಆಯಿತು. It is a focal agency of the Government of India for collection of statistical data in the areas which are vital for developmental planning. ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟಲ್ ಪ್ಲಾನಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ NSSOನ ಅತಿ ಹೆಚ್ಚಾಗಿ ಬಳಸ್ತಾರೆ. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನನ್ನು ಈ NSSO ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಇಟ್ ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಹ್ಯೂಜ್ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ where the planning needs to be taken and where the important development are taking place. Behind that NSSO data, NSSO information will be there. Collects data about literacy rate, school enrollment, utilization of education services, employment, unemployment, manufacturing and service sector enterprises, morbidity, maternity, child care, utilization of PDS, etc. And ಇದೇನು ಹೇಳುತ್ತೆ ಇಷ್ಟು ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಇಷ್ಟು ವಿಷಯಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಈ ಮಾಹಿತಿಯನ್ನು NSSO ಕೊಡ್ತದೆ. ವೆರಿ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಮೈ ಡಿಯರ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್. ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಡಾಟಾ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಲಿಟರಸಿ ರೇಟ್. ಆಸ್ ಯು ಆಲ್ ನೋ, ಲಿಟರಸಿ ರೇಟ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ. ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಎನ್ರೋಲ್ಮೆಂಟ್, ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಸ್ಕೂಲಿಗೆ ಎನ್ರೋಲ್ ಆಗ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಸೇರ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಯುಟಿಲೈಸೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಜುಕೇಷನಲ್ ಸರ್ವಿಸಸ್, ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ ಸರ್ವಿಸನ್ನು ಉಪಯೋಗ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಹಾಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಉದ್ಯೋಗಿಗಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ನಿರುದ್ಯೋಗಿಗಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಮ್ಯಾನುಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಚರಿಂಗ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸರ್ವಿಸ್ ಸೆಕ್ಟರ್, ಉತ್ಪಾದನೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟಿದ್ದು. ಹಾಗೆ ಮಾರ್ಬಿಡಿಟಿ, ಅನಾರೋಗ್ಯ, ಮೆಟರ್ನಿಟಿ ಗೊತ್ತಿರೋಂಥದ್ದು, ಅಂದರೆ ಗರ್ಭಿಣಿಯರಿಗೆ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟದ್ದು. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಚೈಲ್ಡ್ ಕೇರ್, ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಇರುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಯುಟಿಲೈಸೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ PDS ಅಂದರೆ please, my dear students, please be familiar with the term PDS. PDS means public distribution system. ನಾವೀಗ ಏನು ಲೋಕಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೇಳೋದಾದ್ರೆ PDS ಅಂದರೆ ರೇಷನ್ ಶಾಪನ್ನು PDS ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋದು. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋದು. ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಸ್ಯಾಂಪಲ್ ಸರ್ವೆ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್. and this information is enough for your exams, and it has lots of information, but for PUC, for first PUC students, it is enough because we have a lot to study in the future classes. The next point is not the next point, the next concept is Central Statistical Office. Central Statistical Office. This is another organization, belongs to the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation. In short, we call this Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation as MSPI. Here we include O actually. It means MOSPI. In short, we call Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation as MOSPI. It was set up in 1951 with the objective of providing technical leadership in building statistical system in the country. Please note this, it was established or it was set up in 1951. Why it was established? Because in order to provide technical leadership, it was established. What do you mean by technical leadership? Technical leadership means it will be related to the technical support, like that it will be. And it has many divisions such as National Income Division and Manpower Research Division, Population Division and Industrial Statistical Wing, etc. And it is located in Delhi. Note this, CSO is located in Delhi. CSO, that is Central Statistical Office, previously it was called as Central Statistical Organization, coordinates the statistical activity of the country. It coordinates the statistical activity of the country. Its activities include national income accounting, conduct of an annual survey of industries, economic census and its follow-up surveys, compilation of index of industrial production as well as consumer price index, human development statistics and gender statistics. These are the important things which comes under Central Statistical Office. It conducts surveys or it collects information regarding these topics which are mentioned here. Please note this. Try to understand, try to learn, try to by heart it, because you should give examples. I should say like Central Statistical Office was established in 1951. Its location is located in Delhi and it has many divisions. You should include these points, and also you should add these points in your answer. Then only your answer will be very qualitative in nature. Under Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation, there has two wings. One is National Statistical Office. Under that, this comes NSSO and CSO, National Sample Survey Organization and Central Statistical Office. This is about Central Statistical Office. And the next one and the last one is CMIE. Full form is Center for Monitoring Indian Economy. This is a leading business information company. Note this, business information company which gives the information about the business. It was set up by the eminent economist Dr. Narottam Shah on 30th April 1976. It was established in the year 1976, 13th April 1976, CMEIE was established. Note this point, it is a private research organization. It is not government, it is private research organization. And also one more extra point is, still it is managed by the family members of Dr. Narottam Shah. It is a private research organization funded through subscriptions by users. It means it is funded by users who are using this one. Its headquarters is at Mumbai. Note this, the headquarters of CMIE, Center for Monitoring Indian Economy, is at Mumbai. What it provides? It provides services to consumers, including governments, academia, financial markets, business enterprises, professionals, media. It provides information about the business to these peoples or these institutions or these organizations. It will provide huge information. And the important thing is, it is a private institution, private organization, private research organization. It collects huge data from the business individuals or from the business units. It has huge data and it is the largest individual business data collector. This is about Center for Monitoring Indian Economy. Only little point is enough, because we have 3 to 4 side points. Under that you have to write this one. For 5 marks, if it comes, means you have to write NSSO, CSO, CMIE. These things you should include. Under that, you should include established year and the present or what economics or present president, something like that. You should add the headquarters also. Next one is conclusion. If economics facts are given in numerical expressions, then we call it as data. Why we collect the data? We collect the data in order to understand and analyze cause of a problem. If there is any problem, then we will collect the data to analyze the problem. Normally, we all know that data are classified into primary data and secondary data on the basis of sources of data. Primary data are obtained by conducting a survey. There are various agencies which collect, process, tabulate and publish statistical data like Census of India, NSSO, CSO, etc. This we studied now. NSSO, CSO, which collects data. The choice of the sources of data and the methods of collecting data depends on the objective of the study. You can prefer NSSO, or you can prefer Census of Data, Census of India, or you can prefer CSO. It depends upon your objective, because Census of India has different kind of data or information, or NSSO has different kind of information. So it is depending upon your objective. You may also choose primary data, or you may also choose secondary data. It's left to you. This is about Census of India, NSSO, CSO, CMIE. Hope you have understood this concept. This is very easy, no need to worry about it. If you read once, you will come to know. And in the next class, we are going to study about the organization of data. We have studied about the collection of data and also sources of data. Now we are going to study about the organization of data in the next class. So while coming to the next class, try to learn what do you mean by organization of data, and try to get some information about the organization of data, because I believe that you people are having textbooks. Go through it, study at least for 15 or 20 minutes, I will say, in each and every video. So don't waste your time. At least give 20 to 30 minutes according to your convenience to subject economics. I will say for economics. This is my responsibility, right? Okay, thank you, my dear students. Enjoy your holidays. Bye bye. See you.